Hey, it's Tina Forsyth here. I am asked quite often how it is that I am able to get so darn much stuff done so quickly. Because I'm good at getting stuff done fast. You know, it's kind of interesting. I've been this way my whole life, as long as I can remember. And yet at the same time, I know there's some specific key strategies and things that come into play when it comes to being able to get things done quickly, but also not have to work 24/7 or drive yourself nutty trying to do it, right? And in particular, this came up a lot this summer. As you may or may not know, I finished writing my book, The Entrepreneur's Trap. And I started that book, it was probably about a 60-day process from start to finish of writing. Right? And it's an over 40,000 word book, so it's a decent sized book, right? A lot of people were just like, how the heck did you do that? How did you write that thing so quickly? I've been working on a book for whatever, for so long and whatnot. And whether it's a book or a project or a launch or, whatever it is for you, I wanted to share with you some of my favorite tips. There's lots of tips out there that come into play with getting things done quickly, but these are three of my favorite ones I wanted to share with you. First and foremost is, you have to get stuff out of your head. How much of your day are you spending trying to figure out what the heck you should be doing in the first place, right? You may or may not have heard me talk about this before. It's in my book. It's in my my weekends manifesto as well. That the idea of like planning 3 steps ahead, of centralizing, of starting to get all the stuff that needs to be done out of your head and into a virtual office, project management tool, etc. Really a lot of time is wasted for many of us just knowing what the heck we should do. And if you're hopping on your computer in the morning or starting your day looking at this giant pile of things around you and not even knowing where to start, that is going to be taking up a lot of time and energy for you. And it's going to stop you from getting things done, right? You need to get all the to-dos out of your head. You need to get them planned out in a project management tool. You need to get help with that for many of you from an online business manager or someone like that to set that up and manage it for you, right? Because you want to be able to start your day. This is how I start my day. I look at my we use Central Desktop, right? So, I look in there and I see, what do I have to get done today? What's due today? What's due a little bit later on in the week so I can start to prepare for it, right? I'm not spending, and literally it'll take moments. Oh, I need to get this, and this done today. Okay, great. Before I sign off today, I can look forward to tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow I got to do this, and this. Okay, great. I'm not having to spend a ton of time and energy trying to sift through and sort through and, oh my gosh, I forgot about this and that and whatnot, right? So planning ahead, project management is essentially what this is all about. It may not be the most fun thing in the world, right? But it makes a huge difference here. And also, one of my favorite tips for getting things done is to set a public deadline for yourself. In particular with a project like writing a book or launching a new program or something that might be new for you. It's very, very easy to get stuck in kind of like procrastination or putting it off or whatever that might be. And I've found one of the best ways to move things forward is to start to set up some public accountability for yourself. Some of you may notice that I started talking about my book a number of months ago, right? And it was quite honestly very purposeful because I knew if I started talking about it and started putting it out there, that you're going to start to expect it from me. And you're going to kind of wonder, where's Tina at with this book, right? And not only that, to take it a step further, I actually hired a publisher to help me, who gave me a deadline for the book. And she said to me, Tina, that book needs to be done by August 1st. If you want to get it out in the time frame that I'm looking for to launch the book in the fall, you have to have the book done by August 1st. And so that lit a fire under my butt, quite honestly, to get the thing done by August 1st, right? So, I had hardcore deadlines. It wasn't just I'd like to do it and maybe someday I would. And, if you don't have a hardcore deadline, it's going to be really hard to get things done. And the third tip I want to give you is kind of, I like to call it playing mind games with myself, because here's the bottom line. Even with the deadline and with me writing that book, and I'll tell you, when it was coming down to crunch time to get that thing done, there were many days when I didn't want to write. And there were many days when I'm sitting down going, oh, no, I don't feel like it. I'm not motivated, blah, 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 whatever, right? Here's the thing. I have to play mind games with myself sometimes. And what this will look like is sometimes going, okay, I don't feel like writing right now, but you know what? I'm going to sit down for half an hour. I'm just going to start writing. If it sucks, it sucks. If it doesn't, great, whatever, but I'm just going to do something. And then, once I find once I do that, right? Like playing that little mind game with myself is enough to quite often get going. And then once I'm going, then I tend to keep going. right? And 9 times out of 10 when I do that, when I take that approach, whether it's working on some writing or a different project or whatever, I'll look back and go, hey, this is actually really good. It's actually really good, so it's usable, or I could tweak it a little bit or whatever it is. But sometimes we have to kind of play those mind games with ourselves, right? And, even some people will set a timer. I'm going to do it for 30 minutes. Bottom line is you just got to dig it and do it, even when you do not want to do it. I think the number one tip to get things done is take steps forward, 1, 2, 3, however many steps forward to doing whatever it is you want to do, especially when you don't want to do it. It's not only when you want to do it or when you feel like it, it is especially when you don't feel like it, right? Because that is ultimately the key. That is ultimately the key to getting things done. So I hope you found this helpful. Would love to hear about a project that you've had on your plate for a while, in particular, something that's been brewing for a number of months for you, and find out what kind of step you're going to take to move it forward, right? Let's get things done. Woohoo! I'm all about getting stuff done. Until next time, it's Tina Forsyth here. Take care, everyone. Bye now.